Accepted.
Hey, I'm Dev. If you've watched my previous video, then you've probably met me. If you haven't, hello, how are you? Welcome to my YouTube space, my space, when Dev met Dev. I hope you enjoy this video and like, share, comment, subscribe, all the things. YouTubers tell you this all the time, but it really does mean a lot. It really, really does. So I'm not going to go into a whole spiel about that, but what I will do is talk about my previous video for a second. If you've not watched it, I have linked it up above. It is the menswear YouTube official tier rank list and a brief history of how menswear YouTube channels sort of developed. I'm proud of that video because it's my first video. I'm sure I will do better videos going forward, but it's still going to hold a special place in my heart, and I'm so happy that it's got over 2,000 views. It led to a bunch of people subscribing, which is really nice, and not people that I just begged on Facebook, because none of them subscribe, but just I'm so grateful to all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my content, and I hope to continue to do more great content. I really, really hope to. I am just so grateful to have the opportunity to do this, and the privilege to do this. So please, 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 please accept my gratitude. I'm so grateful for this. But speaking of videos, this video, as well as every video going forward, is going to have a Patreon only component. So if you don't know, I have my own Patreon page. I'm not going to lie to you, it's dry at the moment because there is literally nothing and nobody there. But be the first, second, third, I don't know, millionth. Hopefully we get to that point, but it is just $5 a month. And what I'm doing for my patrons is promising them patron exclusive content. So like with this video, I'm going to be talking quite a bit about my skincare journey and how I went from being filled with acne all the way through to what you currently see here, as well as quite a bit more things like, the sorts of products I use on a daily basis, my skincare routine, and, why I use those products. And that side, that portion of it is going to be on Patreon only. I'm not going to be putting it on YouTube. So if you want to see the products that I use, then I will go in depth on that on Patreon. Please check the description box below, patreon.com/whendevmetdev. It will be there. The links will be there. My social media links will be there in the description box. So just feel free to go ahead and do that. Now, let's get on with this episode of When Dev Met Dev. And it's about skincare, because it's so funny that when we talk about skincare for men, and I will say, I think back, 2010, skincare for men. Skincare really was just wash your face, dry it with, wash your face with soap, dry it, that's it. That's all you need to do. There wasn't such a thing as a skincare routine for men. And you didn't do that unless, this is when we can get into toxic masculinity and all that, but there were certain things assumed about people who did care about their skin if they identified as male. So really it was a mess. But fast forward to 2023, it's like every man now needs to be free of acne, free of, any pimples and pores and whatnot, and, needs to be doing all the things when it comes to skincare. It's like a multi-million-dollar industry now, just focusing on skincare for men. And so when I think back to my skincare journey, which really started in 2010, I realized I was getting a lot of acne. And I didn't quite know why. That's the one thing I couldn't pin down. Why is it that I kept breaking out? Why is it that I kept getting spots? Why did I have pimples? Why did I have blackheads? Why were my pores dirty? Why did I have so much oil, on my face? My face was super shiny. I didn't know why, and I couldn't figure it out. And what bugged me the most was that I just washed my face. That should be enough. I never quite knew how to deal with that. It did hit me in terms of my self-confidence. I didn't have the confidence I wish I had, because I didn't feel like I looked well enough. And I especially remember someone around that time early on saying that your face is sort of your business card, or of your body, you know. It sort of is like the thing you present that you leave people with, and if they decide to take another look, they might do something about it, but then if they don't, then you're kind of doomed. And for me, I just felt so ashamed of having acne. I really, really did. So that's when I started using Dr. Google. And of course, what did Dr. Google prescribe? All the products known to man. So I started using the kits. And you've seen them. You have the bottle to wash, you have the bottle to, tone your face, the bottle to moisturize, etc., etc., etc. And if you just followed those 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps, you were going to be great. Everything will be sorted for you. You just bought it every month, and that would be that. I tried Proactive. I tried Tiege Hanley. I tried Dermalogica. I tried Neutrogena. I tried Clean and Clear. I tried Clearasil. I tried all the brands you could think of. And I tried them for like 60 days each, thinking, one of these are going to like make a huge difference. Every single time, without fail, every single time I kept on having the same issues. I kept thinking to myself, what are you doing wrong? You're doing something wrong, clearly. There's something you are not pinning down. And so that's when I start Googling more, because these things aren't working because I'm doing something wrong. Even though I'm using all of these products, I'm still doing something wrong. And I really felt down in the dumps about it. And it's easy to, just say my face is my face. You take it or leave it. But when you start noticing that your friends are free of acne, they're getting girls and they're, enjoying life more, it kind of feels sad. Like you just feel like no one cares, no one likes you because your face is messed up. No one may be actually saying it, but it doesn't mean that you stop thinking that they are saying it subconsciously. And that hit me for quite some time. It was a few years that I just kept going through a cycle of different set of products that didn't work for me, and another set of products that didn't work for me, and another set of products that didn't work for me. And I kept on blaming myself. I kept on telling myself, I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars and many, many sleepless nights worrying about the acne on my face, worrying about the blackheads on my face, worrying about all the dark spots I had on my face, because I had quite a lot. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know how to tackle it, because no matter what I did, I kept messing up. It was my fault. It was my problem. I ruined my face. That's what I kept telling myself, that I'm ruining my face and I'm not doing what needs to be done to fix it. And it felt really, really bad. I felt really bad. I felt really sad and depressed about it for quite some time. And that's when I said, maybe I need to just start Googling more things. That's when I come across all the home remedies. The ones that you see on WikiHow and all that, and they tell you, oh, just mix like lemon juice and baking soda together and put it on your face as a paste and leave it there for like 10-15 minutes. Or, get some toothpaste and put it on your spots and leave them, they'll dry. They'll recommend like stuff, that may be not so great for your skin, but if you just use like a small amount, you'll be fine. I remember someone was saying, hey, if you want your skin to, just mix lemon juice and like just a little bit of bleach and whatnot into your face, and you'll get rid of all those dark spots really quickly. And unfortunately, I tried these things because I thought this is what's going to change everything. This is what's going to work, until it didn't. And it really bothered me. It really bothered me because I kept thinking, why does my skin hate me? It felt hopeless. I felt hopeless. I couldn't figure out what was going wrong with me. And so then, I keep thinking to myself, well, things are hopeless. I'm just not going to do anything about it. If none of these products are really working for me, if none of these other, home remedies are working for me, then maybe that's just, I'm just born to have face filled with acne. I just felt so alone about it. I didn't talk to anyone about it. And then on top of that, when you've got family members or friends that are telling you things like, oh, just stop eating candy. That'll solve all your problems. And then you don't eat candy and you still have all this acne. Or, stop eating dairy. That will solve all your problems. And then you stop doing that and you still have acne. And then they're saying, well, you probably still do something wrong. That doesn't help either. Just makes you feel more terrible about yourself than you already feel. So all of this is going on. By the way, if you see like smoke blowing, it's my diffuser. I just felt hopeless. I was like, there's something someone isn't telling me about my face. And that's when I happened to meet an esthetician, a licensed esthetician. It was 2017. Met a licensed esthetician through a mutual friend. And she said to me, hey, you should come in for a consultation about your face. And I was like, great. I mean, you might know something I don't. And I remember being a little afraid going into that consultation because I thought, what if she's just going to charge me a whole bunch of money for nothing? For like literally just doing nothing. I've already spent money. Like, I don't need to spend any more on someone that's going to tell me to do things that don't work. And she took the time to just ask me question after question about my skincare routine. It was, what do you use to wash your face? What do you use to tone your face? What do you use to moisturize? What are you doing to target eye puffiness? What are you doing to target dark spots? What are you doing to help even your skin tone? What are you doing to, help target the sheen you'll have in your face? And to half these questions, even one half, I was like, oh, I'm just washing my face. And she was like, do you know what skin type you have? And I said, yeah, I have oily skin. And she said, let me take a look at your skin. And so she took a look at my skin and she then told me something I never heard. And it sounds so minuscule, but it was profound to me. She said, hey, Dev, you've got combination skin. It's not oily. It's not meant to be oily. And I'm like, no, my skin's oily. She said, are you using witch hazel? I said, yeah. She said, stop using witch hazel. Just stop using it completely. And I asked her why, and she was like, it's drying out your skin, which is then forcing your skin to produce a lot more oil than it needs to. And then I was just like, but if I stop using it, then my skin's going to stop producing the oils it needs. It says, no, you're forcing your skin to overproduce the oils that it thinks it needs. But you've got to develop a good skincare routine. That's what you've got to do. She then decides to, work her magic on my face. She does a whole bunch of extractions and whatnot, and then decides to do some microneedling and all this stuff. And then she's like, hey, here's what I'm going to do. Tell me how much you are willing or comfortable with spending on skincare. And I am going to tell you what you should buy, what you should look out for when you purchase certain things, and then really help you understand why you need to use each of those things and how they should help. And then if we see that something we're expecting to, or something we're using isn't doing what it's expected to do, we'll take it out, we'll use a different product, or maybe we just won't use any product for that at all. We want to make sure, though, that you are building a skincare routine with products that work for you. It doesn't have to be a specific kit from one person or one brand. It's got to be products that work for you. And so she then went on to explain, what things I needed to use, what things I need to look for. There were whole products that she spoke about that I thought, oh, you only use that if you're getting old and whatnot. She was like, no, you need to look at serums with retinoid, and you need to look at hyaluronic acid and all those sorts of things and figure out, what's going to work best for you. And then she was like, hey, look, a lot of those brands, Olay, Neutrogena, and the rest, they are going to continue to sell you on this idea that these creams are perfect for you when they're actually not, because they don't do anything for you. They really, really contain so little of the active ingredient that you need for your product or for your face, every day within the product. So that's not going to help you. We need to find products that actually contain a decent amount of that active ingredient so that when you use it on your face, it's actually going to be helpful. And that you're going to find most likely in a lot of serums and oils and moisturizers. And I did not know that this is how it needed to be for my face. But at the same time, I was a little weary because I'm like, I've been through this before, but let's see, building my own kit might do something. So then she was like, hey, take pictures of everything you want to buy and then show it to me. Send me a picture of it and let me know what you want to purchase. And I'm going to tell you if those products are going to be good for your skin or not. I started doing that. I sent her a bunch of pictures. She starts taking a look at them, starts seeing what the ingredients are and so on and so forth. And some she's like, yeah, this would be great. Some she's like, no, this wouldn't be so good for your skin. And then over time, that combined with a bunch of other things that I did for my skin, which was including seeing her like once a month, every month, for like 3 years straight, really started me on a journey of building a skincare routine that works specifically for me. And it's the reason I say that the skincare industry does not do a lot of justice, if any, for men who are looking to really target issues with their skin or, even try and get their skincare game up. Because way too often it's just sets or specific products that are just pushed and men are told, if you do this, you'll be fine. There is no real level of education going into these products and why you need it for yourself. I think now there's like more and more companies that are coming up with personalized systems and kits. But I think just on the whole, men need to be able to understand that there isn't a one size fits all approach when it comes to skincare. And unfortunately, so many men are told that that is the case. And I was fooled into that myself. And so now I have a group of products that work well for me, but they're products that I know are going to be great for myself. They may not work for you, they may not work for anyone else, but they're perfect for me. And it's the reason why I'm much more confident in my skin and in my skincare routine than I've ever been before. And I'm so happy to have the opportunity to share my story and really go in depth in how I became far more confident in my skin. I really feel it's so important for anyone who's struggling with their skin to see a licensed esthetician or dermatologist, because that way you can really understand your skin and see what's going to work best. And that's what a great dermatologist or esthetician is going to do. Now, just so that you're aware, dermatologists are doctors, estheticians are not. So estheticians are not going to be prescribing any medicine. Dermatologists can do that because they are doctors. They actually have the license. They can do so. But it doesn't make estheticians any less useful. A really good esthetician is going to know how best to use topical treatments and facials that will help you with your skin. And I think for me, that was the turning point in just learning and knowing how best to do all these things that would work wonders for my skin. I did not truly understand how great my skin could be until I saw my esthetician, who I still see to this day. She's absolutely fantastic. And I hope that I can do like an interview with her that will be exclusive to Patreon members so that you can learn from her and learn more about your skin, etc., etc., etc. And so I really am grateful. I'm grateful I took that step, and I've never felt better about my skin. It's not perfect by any means. I'm never going to say that. But I'm in a place where I know what to do, and I'm more happy than ever in my skin and more confident. I don't feel ashamed of my face. And it's not just because I've gotten rid of the acne, but it's also because I have the education and knowledge to understand what's going on with my skin and know that it wasn't just using these products and blaming myself the whole time that was going to solve anything. It was just the fact that I needed guidance. And to anyone who is really depressed about their skin, I want you to understand that you're not alone and that you definitely aren't the problem. You are not the problem. And you do not deserve to feel that way just because a product didn't work out for you. Understand that all you need is just a bit of guidance. And a great esthetician or dermatologist is going to help you do that. And that's my hope, that you're able to find an esthetician or dermatologist that helps you figure out what's best for your skin, what routine is going to work best for you, what products are going to be great for you and aren't, and they're actually educating you on what you should and should not do when you're developing your own skincare routine. Because at the end of the day, it's still your skin. They can say whatever they like about whatever products they choose to highlight, but it's still your skin. And another thing that I think is very important to highlight is that my esthetician never tried to push a specific product on me. She was always like, hey, look, there are great products out there. I can just tell you which ones are good, which ones are bad. I want you to be able to make that choice. As long as you find a product you can afford that is actually going to help your skin, I'm happy. So if you see a dermatologist or esthetician just pushing a bunch of products on you and they're not taking the time to consider everything that you need for your face, as well as, your budget, or thinking about products that are on the market that might work for you before they try something more specialist or more expensive, that's a red flag. Like, make sure you're paying attention to what they're actually trying to help you learn. If it's just do this routine and come back and see me every month, but there's no real education on your skin and understanding it, then that's not good. But if they're taking the time to help you understand your skin, then that's what you want. That's what you want to find, is a dermatologist or esthetician that truly cares about you and your skincare. So I say all that to say I'm more confident than I've ever been in my skincare and in my skin. And I hope that if you're struggling with skincare issues, that you don't feel hopeless, that you don't feel as though it's you that's the problem, because it's an industry that's designed to try and just solve your issues through a 3 or 4 step process that is just generalized and isn't specific to any one person. And if those aren't working, it's not you that's the problem. It's their lack of education for you that is the issue. And I hope that the skincare industry starts to put real effort, or place a lot more effort into educating men, young and old alike, in how they can better take care of their skin. Because I think if they did, then they'd make more informed decisions. Now, does that mean that they'll necessarily choose the products by Proactive or Neutrogena or another company? That may not be the case. They might go for a different brand. But if they've got the education, then at least they can make choices that are going to work out better for them. And that's what's most important, that you are making choices that are best for you, because no one else can do that but yourself. And understand that there can be a whole host of reasons that are causing any issues you're having with your skin. And a great dermatologist or esthetician is going to help you figure that out. So never feel that you have to give up at the first hurdle if something doesn't work or something doesn't seem to be changing anything. It's okay. Just take your time and find out what is the issue and then work on it. Because at the end of the day, when you do find that issue and you're able to locate it, you then know you've just got to fix it and you can finally be on a path to better skincare. That's my story. I hope that you were able to glean something from it, and really, hopefully, that if one person watches this and is able to, change their skincare habits and see someone that can help them, that will make my day. That will be fantastic. Anyway, That's that for this video. Of course, I will be posting this on Patreon, but also I will be talking about my skincare routine and why I use the products I use. It's very, very important to me that not only do I highlight what I'm using, but that you understand what it's doing for me and how it is better helping me with my skin. Now, doesn't mean that those products will help anybody else, but it's helping me, and that's what's most important. So please subscribe to my Patreon. It's $5 a month, and I'll be placing this video as well as a separate one on the skincare routine that I have, AM and PM, and why I use those products. I also hope on Patreon to put an interview with my esthetician so that you can better learn about things you can do to improve your skin. Anyway, with that being said, and with all the noise around me, because I just didn't want to acknowledge it for the longest amount of time, thanks so much for tuning into this video, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.